Hello YouTubers, it's Jody and Vic again, aka Jode and the Silver Fox. So we're going to tell you some of the stuff from our tried and true. So you see a bunch of our good products here, some of the things that we've done in our crafts and everything else. And we've got some more crafts and stuff that we're going to show you. But let's talk about resin though. I'm new to it. So for there to be any kind of mistake and everything else, I would automatically believe that it was me that did it. Vic has been doing this for years now. So she's got tons of projects and everything else under her belt. She's super, super good when it comes to it. And she gives everybody presents. As a matter of fact, she gives us multiple presents because she can't remember that she already gave us that present the year before. It always cracks me up. So, but you know what?
So true.
You could always have more coasters and more blessed and more family and more love things than most. So that part is great. I love it. Plus, when you get in the room and you start working, I've always been where Vicky's been trying to talk me into coming and doing this with her for a while because she gets in here and this has been her happy place and this is her sanctuary. She's allowed me in her sanctuary now. And I was very, very overwhelmed by it. So I would come in and I'd laugh and sit with her and then I would leave. That was it. Now, she's pulled me into her world. And she has made it where I have bought more than probably I should. But that's just because I'm trying to build up so I can be like her one day. Because her craft room is amazing. You talk about an escape. Well, she had 2 1-gallon bottles of resin, and it was a what is it, 2-in-1 or 1-in-1? What had
1-in-1?
1-in-1. So 1-in-1. So you take 1/2 and then 1/2, and then you mix them together for your 5 minutes, and then you sit there and you heat it up for its 3 minutes, and then you let it sit and let make sure all the bubbles are out, and then you start doing whatever you're going to put your colors and everything else in. It was a process I was like, I don't understand what in the world we're doing, but okay. And she had this funky mask that she always wore, and so I had to get me one. So then I was joking with her saying that she was sounding like Darth Vader in it. And that was always fun, like, Luke, I'm your father. But we did resin, and we did the everything like she had taught me, everything that she had said. And it was with the that one was with the diamond clarity, the naked fusion.
Right.
And the naked fusion was amazing. We were just like doing all kinds of stuff. We were kicking them out, doing 100%, having a good time with them, not a problem. Well, we both ordered.
And that resin was almost a year old, and it was still, because that's always been my tried and true resin. It's always done great.
So then we went ahead and we decided, okay, we're going to get some other resin because we wanted to try it out, some different ones. And we had heard about Let's Resin. So we thought, well, let's get some of the Let's Resin. So we got Let's Resin in, and we made a mistake. And we found out what mistake we made was we had already had product that we had half poured. And so the bottom of it was perfect. Beautiful. Couldn't get any better. Well, we poured some of this Let's Resin on top of it. And we let it sit like you're supposed to. And we came in and we were like, man, maybe that's not long enough because this is not sitting up properly. So we left it and we thought, okay, we'll let it sit. So the next day we came in because we said, okay, we're going to let it do the full time. So we come in and I can't really describe the mess it was, but it was a gummy mess. As a matter of fact, we were scraping it off of the other part that was perfect. And that taught us that when we're in the middle of a project, we don't bring another resin in to try to finish up that project. We need to stick with the project that we know and the resin we know. Well, we did some reviews and we looked through the reviews and we were checking things out on that particular Let's Resin, and come to find out they had changed the concentration or something of it. They changed the the mixture?
No, that was
the formula.
That was the other one.
Okay, well then, okay,
Let's
so then
Resin
this one,
it was just a bad batch.
Okay.
Because we did everything the proper way, and we tried 3 or 4 different pours, and it all came out. It was always gooey and just still really sticky, would not harden no matter what. So that's when we sent that one back, because we knew it had to be a bad batch based on, because Let's Resin always has wonderful reviews.
Right. And so then when we sent that back, they sent us new.
Right.
And the new stuff has been great.
Awesome.
No problem at all. So sometimes you guys, you might think that, oh, it's me. I did something wrong, and come to find out it's not you at all. It's almost like other things that you get, you know, sometimes they make mass quantities, and for whatever reason, something doesn't work out right.
Right.
All right. So then we went on to, so that was the Naked Fusion, and then the Let's Resin, and now Let's Resin is good again. We did the Decor Rom. Oh, that was good.
That was very good.
Very good. Love it. Crystal clear. Perfect.
And we reordered the, is it Naked Fusion?
The Naked Fusion.
We reordered that, and going by the reviews, they've revised it.
Yeah, they've changed their formula or whatever, and
no matter what I did, I could not get the micro bubbles out. I mean, I've tried everything. After I mixed it for 5 minutes, I let it set up for at least 10 minutes. Did the alcohol on everything else, and there were still millions of micro bubbles. So we sent that one back.
Yep. So now what we've got in is Beast Bond, and we got in the Crisrail epoxy resin. Anyway, so those are the two that we're going to try next, just because we like trying different resins, and now we're doing enough projects that we're getting them to where we're finding out which ones are really working for us versus the ones that need a little bit more, I guess, time in the factory.
That's right.
So we kind of wanted to let everybody know, because, you know what, resin is not cheap. And the last thing you want is your time to be wasted on resin that's not working. And if by some chance the resin isn't working, it might not be you at all. It might be the resin. We want everybody to make sure that they know that it's a tried and true process. But definitely, if you have a good product or something that you've made and you've worked hard on, don't change up your resin and try with a different one. Stick with the one until you finish that project. So make sure you get enough to complete the project before you have to abandon it and start all over.
And we are using J. Diction UV resin.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always used for the UV resin. It's wonderful. No problem.
And we both have now, because she had the flashlight, which I thought was pretty cool. But then she had the one that just had the top cover. But now we have the one that goes above and it heats below. And that's probably, who is that one by?
Let's Resin.
That one is Let's Resin. That is probably my most favorite, if you want to call them toys, new thing that I have been playing with all week long is the Let's Resin heater for the UV ray for the top and the bottom. Anything else you want to add in?
No, it's good.
Oh, the other thing you want to add in
What?
is go ahead and talk to them about your magnifying glass light, because I don't have that yet, and that's what I'm lacking on.
Well, it really did need this one, especially if you have any age on you. And it's just, you can see it's got resin paint and everything else all over it, but it's just the best when you're working with resin to be able to pull it down and look and make sure there are no bubbles and to see your work better.
So, and then I'm trying to think of what else, because when we were getting set up, we both have the what is that, the auto light. We both have auto lights that we used to use for scrapbooking, and now we've made it where it's part of our other craft stuff.
Yep.
We have the spin tray, so we can the spin tray, that's the leveler. We both have the leveler trays, and then we have our heating mechanisms to heat everything up.
Our heating mats.
There you go, the heating mats.
Right.
So there's a few things that are like must to have. And then there's a few things that, you can wait. But those are some of the things that we would recommend right off. And then, of course, our torch, which her torch light is better than my torch light, because my torch light, for whatever reason, it comes out like we're in the circus and it blows the fire out. And you go, holy cow, we even turned it down. And I was like, I'm going to end up burning my house down. Not really going to burn the house down, but you know what I mean. And then I've got the little tiny heat gun, and she's got the Mondo heat gun, and her heat gun is way better than mine. But her heat gun, you have to be careful because it gets really hot and it can catch paper on fire. Just saying.
And of course, most of our items always come from Amazon. We are the Amazon queens.
Yes. It used to be Michael's and Hobby Lobby, but we branched out because Amazon delivers like to us quickly. And
without leaving the house.
Yeah, I know. We can be in our pajamas, which we sometimes will change out of our pajamas, kind of. But I'll be honest, sometimes this room has to get really, really hot. And I joked with her and said that somebody was going to come in one day and they were going to think we didn't have clothes on because we have those aprons on, and we have such little underneath because it is so hot that it might shock people. So the tip is make sure you have a good apron and have fun, because we've had a blast. This has been some of the most relaxing things. You would think that some of it you would get like frustrated or anything like that. No, but thankfully my Apple Watch will tell me about my blood pressure and my pulse and everything else. Since I've been doing this stuff, my pulse has been lower, my blood pressure has been lower. So this really is one of those things where it's just a calming, relaxing fun.
That's right.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it. We're good. And the journey continues.
That's right. Have fun.
Thank you.